Welcome back to another Iron Tribe video, guys. So, part 2 of 2, we're going through our jerk progressions that we would use for everyone that walks through the door at Iron Tribe. We're going to cover grip plus front rack first. For some people, going a little bit wider benefits their jerk. Then we're going to go into our dip plus drive. So making sure the dip is nice and vertical and making sure the drive is nice and straight. From there, we'll combine those, the dip, the drive, and we're going to go into a push press. So learn to use the legs into the upper body. From there, we go into a push jerk. So learning to push ourselves into that catch position. And then third, or last I should say, we're going to go through the split jerk. So we'll really quickly cover what we would like to see just from a basic position for our footwork, and then we're going to go from there into our split jerks.
So progression 1 is just finding our grip and our front rack position. What we want to do is we want our grip to be roughly a thumb width outside of our hips, and then when the bar is sitting on our shoulders, the elbows can be slightly down, but the shoulders must be pushed up against the barbell. From there, once we've got that, we can start going into our dip. We want to work on a nice straight dip, dipping down, keeping the bar in contact with the shoulders at all times. We will practice that for a few reps, and once we had that down pat, we would work into our push press. The dip, the main thing that we want to focus on is the same dip as before. When we dip down, our hips go straight down, our knees can go out slightly, and we want to keep the elbows in the same plane they start on. Once we drive through the bar with the legs, just finishing with the arms. Once the push press is starting to make a bit of sense, we can move into our push jerk. And the dip wants to be identical to the push press, the drive wants to be the same. It's just once we finish extension, we want to go straight down and push ourselves into kind of a quarter squat. The main goal with this is the bar doesn't necessarily need to be driven super high. We do want, a lot of effort, but we want to drive the bar and then catch the bar in that quarter squat position. Now, once we move into split jerk, the best way to kind of do this is you can practice somebody's split jerk position. I just have them stand in like a lunge position and then drop the knee to the ground so they can kind of find their most comfortable position. For most people, I want to see the front shin to kind of be 90 degrees to almost slightly behind 90 degrees. And then the back knee to be straight down to slightly back as well. And once they've got that position, we're just going to kind of practice. We might draw lines on the ground and we'll practice our split jerk. So it all starts with a good dip. The dip must be correct. And then we're going to dip, drive, and then we're going to catch that split. A couple of tips for the split jerk is we would like the back foot to hit slightly first. At the same time is still a pass, but hitting slightly first allows for that front foot to reach nice and far. The final thing with our split jerk, we just want to recover front foot first, bring our feet together, and then hold it overhead. One of the biggest mistakes we see is people not spending enough time overhead in their split jerks and push jerks, and then when it gets to heavy weights, they just don't have the capabilities to keep the weight overhead. I hope that helps, guys.